Disco. Let's do disco. It's like all the lights, because cop cars don't have green, right?
Yeah.
Ready and hello. Hello everyone and welcome to HQ. I am here with Chris meets Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hey.
He's here to help me to record an unboxing of this GVM light. If you look up on YouTube, GVM, if you're in the video sphere, you kind of pretty much know these guys. They're known for their panel lights that are RGB and they're quite powerful. I think the first one that really got popular was their 50-watt version. Now this is 150, and they'd asked me, Taki, would you want to review our light? And I said, sure. You always need good lighting, and I've always wanted to test their lights because it's a bicolor light panel, but as well as RGB. So you can use this in many ways. The way I'm almost thinking about it is I love using the little aperture MC lights, but think about having like 10 or 20 of them all in a single panel. So this should be really versatile, very cool. Thank you GVM for sending me a copy of this. This is called the GVM YU150R Pro LED Video Light Panel RGB and Bicolor Studio Light. One of the things that I really like about this panel light is, of course, because it is portable, they do offer a optional case. I don't think it comes with it. It has kind of the Pelican case type of look. Yeah. It's a hard case. It's not metal, it's plastic, but that hard kind of plastic. Looks nice. Again, it's optional. The light itself, here, let's just see here. I think it's $6.99 for the light itself. And for those of you that haven't invested in lighting, $6.99 for what you're getting here is actually a pretty good deal considering the amount of power, 150 watts, as well as RGB and bicolor. And the bicolor is quite wide. I think it's like 2,000 to 10,000. And we kind of looked at the specs. I think it goes right down to 0.1%. So you're going from 2,000 Kelvin to 10,000 Kelvin, as well as the brightness. It goes from 0.1% brightness to full 100% brightness in 1,000 steps. So let's just open this up here. It feels really tight, and look at that. Alrighty. So you got your instructions here. Thank you so much for big pictures and simple writing here. Don't eat this. Let's just pull it out of the case. So again, the case is optional, but I think if you are going to be traveling a lot with this, then getting a case like this probably makes sense. And just look at the price of what GVM is charging versus what a Pelican case would cost. But my guess is that it probably would be a little bit cheaper to buy the GVM version of it. And this is a panel light. Check it out. This feels nice and sturdy and strong, but at the same time, I would still be careful of where you put this down and how you put this down. So having a nice sturdy case with you is probably the way you want to do it. So let's just put this on the ground here. All right, looks like you just basically get a power cable, which is great. You don't have to carry a separate little thing. It's all built into this. Nice anodized aluminum, I'm guessing. It's all ventilated because these things produce a lot of heat at 150 watts. That will get really hot. So it's nice that this is all integrated. And I think right there you can see that's where the plug is. And this looks like, look at that, 3 feet, 6, 9.
I'd say it's probably 12.
12, like 15 feet, around 15 feet. I'll correct myself on the number. It feels like about 15 feet of cable, which is nice, which is perfect. A lot of these things will have a certain length to the little adapter or whatever it's called, and then from the adapter to the wall. This is all just straight up from here all the way to the wall, which is great. And it looks like you have V-mount adapters on either side right here. So if you want to run this off a battery. And what else here? Let's just see what else we get in here. It looks like an XLR connector for me, like if in audio, but I guess it's a way of connecting multiple versions of this so they can all sync. I mean, you could probably use Bluetooth as well. This does have, like a lot of the other apps, a Bluetooth app to control this thing. But if you want to do it from a old school hardware point, I guess if you're in a studio and there's you have a light panel, it makes sense to be able to connect and wire these all up together. But for me, I would only need one. Just looking at this here, I wish these little tighteners weren't, I mean, it feels all right. For someone like me, it's fine, but maybe if you're using it all the time, you'd want, what do you call those things, Chris? Like a locking?
There's those little L-shaped
whatever you call them.
Yeah.
We want like a quick,
Like a quick wrench. You can adjust it.
Yeah, but it feels still nice. But yeah, this is kind of probably a standard fitting, so you could just swap these out here. But overall, the build quality is nice. So you can actually plug in your fax machine into here, and then maybe your telephone. So this is awesome. This is already diffused. You could put this on here, and as well, GVM sent me a couple of modifiers here. So let's just take a look at these quickly. So this is the whatever honeycomb thingy. So I guess this will just go like this, and in here like that. Again, these are optional. Sorry, they don't come with it. And here's another one here. It feels heavy, so it's probably barn doors. Yeah, so barn doors. I don't use barn doors that much. Yeah, I use it sometimes if I'm doing like a table shot and you're shooting from the side this way and you don't want too much light bleeding onto, like I often use the black background on my overhead shots, and you don't want the light bleeding onto that backdrop. I'll just lift this up like that, so you're getting more light kind of spilling up and over on top. I'm not curving the light, but you're keeping the light from hitting. So you can use this directly. I mean, sometimes you can even almost make it look like a little snoot, a little bit, and then make it really small and really directional like that. But it's not, what do you call it? There's no reflector on the inside, so you're losing intensity when you make it this small. But again, with 150 watt on this, you have a lot of power. So you have this, and it looks like this also just drops in like that. And then we have one final modifier, and this is one I'm probably the most excited about. This is a soft box. Looks like this will be kind of velcroed on because they give you velcro. So this kind of slips over here. Looks like you would put it on like this, right? And then you have the velcro strips that you put on the outside here like that. And then you would put the diffuser, the soft diffuser, which will also velcro in from the top here. And then you could put, what do you call these things here, Chris? Whatever this is called.
It's a grid.
A grid, a honeycomb type grid over on top of this.
It's a honeybee's nest.
Honeybee's nest, so you're diffusing, but as well as kind of defining the light. And so I'm gonna be using this probably in my studio. I do have quite a large panel light as well. It's only bicolor, but having RGB, I can use this to light a back wall. I can use this to sort of set a mood. So other than bicolor 2000 and 10,000, 10,000 Kelvin, I can use this and actually kind of like use this not as a key light, but maybe as a, I don't know, Chris, what do you think?
So as Take said, there's many different features that this light can do, but I wanted to just show you a couple here at the end of the video to get an idea of kind of how I would use it. So right now I have my regular key light right in front of me here, and then I have the GVM off to the side, but I'll show you what the GVM is doing. So right now we're just being lit by my normal key light and no background lights at all. When we go into the app, boom. So the nice part about this is that we're not using any of the house lights. The whole room is well lit. I'm well lit with my secondary light, but as a background light, this thing is quite versatile. For instance, we can go into these effects here, and let's try party, start. TV, this one's fun. See, TV is great because it almost looks like off the screen there's a screen over there and somebody's watching things. These are great. They're also available on the Aperture MC, but in this big, large format, this is pretty awesome. You got bad bulb. You know, I really need to get this light bulb fixed. Here's just a very basic hue loop. So this is like a common kind of tech YouTube channel thing like that. You've got all the colors changing in the background. It's okay, yes, I have worked on with bigheadtaco a few times. I can't answer that. You're gonna have to ask him. What I'll probably end up using most is actually just the 56K, because if you're trying to light a room or do something like look at this. This is a lot of light coming from one panel.
It's just my first impression. I might put in some inserts of how Chris and I will use it. And actually, GVM sent me to them, and if you've noticed, Chris, I don't know if you want to back up or not, but we have a second one here. And so we're using it in this video on a C-stand, and Chris, we don't talk about the setup here?
We have the softbox attachment. If you're going to use this as a direct key light, then I definitely suggest getting the softbox for it. But one thing that you should notice, the windows behind Take, that's daylight outside. This is like it's 3 o'clock as we're shooting this, so it's
sunny.
It's sunny. It's at the light's actually at 50% right now, so it's definitely got a lot of power.
I'm gonna use this as my main key light on my YouTube channel, and it's small enough that I can actually take this home. So when I do some videos at home, that's one of the biggest problems I have, is that it's how do I light my videos at home and not have to use like 5 little aperture MCs. I mean, I love those little aperture MCs, but I need the light about this close for it to not create too much shadows in my house. And now you have these 2 lights that are right by your head. It's not gonna be as effective as having a light like this and about 2 feet from your head on a C-stand, and then having the versatility of RGB as well as bicolor, and again gels. I don't use gels, but if that's something you do use, that would be great. And then all the other details, I'll leave a link to another YouTuber. He did a great job in going through like every single detail, but this is really high-end features. I'm probably only going to use 10% of what this thing can do, so it is overkill for someone like me. So if you want to ask questions, go ask Chris on his YouTube channel, and he'll probably go into more details of why he loves using this. But I'm gonna use this on a regular basis. If you do have any questions, just ask them down below and I'll do my best to answer. But thanks for watching. Chris, thanks for shooting with me. And then again, don't forget to check out his video where he nerds out on this light. Until then, we'll talk to you soon, and happy shooting.